They're great! Tony the Tiger has been selling this cereal to children since 1952. But the serving size on the box and the bowl your child actually eats are two completely different things. Kellogg's makes $14 billion per year. Frosted Flakes is their flagship children's product, and the second ingredient after corn is sugar. Not milk, not vitamins, sugar. Official ingredients of Kellogg's Frosted Flakes: milled corn, sugar, malt flavor, contains 2% or less of salt, and a list of artificially added vitamins and minerals. Milled corn and sugar, that's the real product. Everything else is either flavoring, salt, or synthetic vitamins added back after processing destroyed the natural ones. The serving size on the Frosted Flakes box is 3/4 cup, which equals 29 grams. Nobody pours 29 grams of cereal. Studies show the average bowl contains 2 to 3 times the labeled serving size. A real-world bowl of Frosted Flakes is approximately 75 to 90 grams. That's 2.5 to 3 servings, meaning the sugar, calorie, and carb counts on the label need to be multiplied by 2.5 to 3 to reflect reality. The labeled serving contains 10 grams of sugar. The real bowl contains 25 to 30 grams. With milk, the child's breakfast contains more sugar than a Snickers bar before 8 a.m. 10 grams of sugar per labeled serving sounds reasonable. That's how the label is designed to sound. Serving sizes on cereal boxes are not based on how humans actually eat cereal. They're based on regulatory minimums. The FDA defines serving sizes for cereals based on the reference amounts customarily consumed, or RAC, set in 1993. The RAC for cereals was calculated from consumption data that is now 30 years old. Kellogg's lobbied against FDA proposals to update cereal serving sizes to reflect actual consumption. The serving size hasn't meaningfully changed in 30 years. That is not an accident. Glycemic index of Frosted Flakes? 55, moderate, but the glycemic load of an actual bowl at 2.5 servings with added milk sugar is high. Glycemic load accounts for portion size. Glycemic index ignores it. A child eating a real bowl of Frosted Flakes before school experiences a rapid glucose spike, followed by an insulin crash before 10 a.m. This is associated with difficulty concentrating and increased hunger mid-morning. The malt flavor in Frosted Flakes derived from barley malt. It adds a subtle depth of flavor and enhances sweetness perception. It also slightly increases the glycemic response of the corn base. The vitamins on the Frosted Flakes label: vitamins A, C, D, B6, B12, iron, zinc, niacin, thiamine, riboflavin, folic acid. 10 synthetic nutrients added to replace what processing removed from the corn. Corn is a nutritious grain. Milled corn that has been processed into flakes at high temperature has had most of its fiber, vitamins, and natural mineral content degraded. The fortification replaces what was lost. The fortification process, synthetic vitamins are sprayed onto the finished flakes after production. They are not integrated into the grain structure. Studies show bioavailability of sprayed synthetic vitamins is lower than naturally occurring ones. Iron in Frosted Flakes. The elemental iron added is the same type used in iron filings. You can literally extract it from cereal with a magnet. This is real and demonstrable at home. The bioavailability of this iron is poor. A magnet held to a bowl of Frosted Flakes mixed with water will attract the iron particles. This is not a myth, it's chemistry. The iron is real. Whether it meaningfully contributes to your child's iron nutrition is debated. BHT, butylated hydroxytoluene, is added to Frosted Flakes packaging material to preserve freshness. It migrates in small amounts from the packaging into the cereal. BHT is classified as possibly carcinogenic by some agencies. BHT is GRAS in the US at low concentrations. The EU requires a warning label on products containing BHT. The same product, the same packaging chemical, different regulatory response on different continents. Tony the Tiger has been targeting children with advertising since 1952. 72 years of cereal marketing to developing brains. Tony's image activates positive emotional responses before the child can read the ingredient list. Studies on cartoon character marketing to children show that character association increases food preference by up to 50%. Children ask for products by character name, not by ingredient profile. Tony drives purchases. Kellogg spent $632 million on advertising in 2022. A significant portion targets children through streaming platforms, YouTube pre-rolls, gaming apps, and back-to-school campaigns. Tony is everywhere. The front of the Frosted Flakes box, Tony the Tiger. The word great, bright colors, athletic imagery implying energy and performance. The back of the box, word games and puzzles for children. Nothing about sugar content. Nutrition information is on the side panel in small print. Front of package marketing is vivid, emotional, and character-driven. Regulatory agencies have discussed front of pack warning labels for high sugar cereals. Kellogg's has opposed them. Chile implemented a black octagon warning label on high-sugar foods, including cereals, in 2016. Sales of labeled products dropped 24% in the first year. Warning labels work. Industry knows this. Industry opposes them. Mexico implemented similar warning labels in 2020. The cereal aisle looked dramatically different. Frosted Flakes and similar products carried black stop sign warnings. Consumption shifted measurably toward lower sugar options. In the US, Kellogg's and General Mills lobbied the FDA to keep warning labels voluntary. No mandatory front-of-pack warning system exists in America as of today. The lobbying investment has been decisive. Frosted Flakes has 37% sugar by weight. A product that is more than 1/3 sugar by weight is being served to millions of American children as a daily breakfast. That sentence should be read twice. 37% sugar by weight. Compare that to a glazed donut at 23% sugar by weight. Frosted Flakes has more sugar per gram than a glazed donut. This comparison has appeared in academic nutrition literature. Kellogg's Smart Start cereal markets itself as heart healthy with more prominent health claims. It contains more sugar per serving than Frosted Flakes. The health halo on the box is marketing, not nutrition. The entire children's cereal category is built on the same architecture: processed grain, heavy sugar coating, synthetic vitamin fortification, and character-based marketing to children. Frosted Flakes is not uniquely bad, it's representative. Cheerios has less sugar, 1 gram per serving. Shredded wheat, 0 grams. Weetabix, 2 grams. These exist in the same cereal aisle. The low sugar options are available. The character marketing makes them invisible to children. The alternative breakfast is not complex. Oatmeal with fruit takes 5 minutes. Eggs take 4 minutes. Greek yogurt with berries requires no cooking. Each has more protein, more fiber, and less sugar than a bowl of Frosted Flakes. Did you know that the original Frosted Flakes, launched in 1952, had more sugar per serving than today's formula? Kellogg's quietly reduced sugar content by 15% between 2008 and 2013 without announcing it publicly. Did you know that Frosted Flakes is sold under different names globally? Zucaritas in Mexico and Latin America, Frosties in Europe and Asia? The sugar content varies slightly by market based on local regulations. Did you know that Tony the Tiger's voice was performed by Thurl Ravenscroft from 1952 until his death in 2005? He was the same voice actor who sang "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch." Tony outlived his voice. Did you know that the serving size on Frosted Flakes was briefly updated in 2016 to 1 cup from 3/4 cup? This increased the disclosed sugar content per serving, and Kellogg's quietly reverted to guidance that emphasized the smaller size in marketing. Did you know that iron extracted from Frosted Flakes with a magnet was used in a 2012 viral science experiment shared by over 100 elementary school science teachers? The demonstration made elemental iron in cereal famous. The practical solution is simple. Look at the grams of sugar per 100 grams on the nutrition label, not per serving. Any cereal above 20 grams sugar per 100 grams is a high sugar product, regardless of what the serving size says. Frosted Flakes has 37 grams sugar per 100 grams. That benchmark puts it in the high sugar tier by any international nutritional standard. The per serving number obscures this. The per 100 gram number reveals it. Share this with a parent who buys Frosted Flakes weekly as a quick breakfast solution. The information doesn't require eliminating cereal, it requires choosing differently within the cereal aisle. Cheerios, shredded wheat, Weetabix, plain cornflakes without the frost, all available, all dramatically less sugar, all in the same aisle. Now you know how to find them and why it matters. Enable notifications. Tomorrow, protein bars, Quest and Kind. The bars marketed as health food that contain sugar alcohols that cause digestive distress and ingredients that complicate the clean label promise. We'll read them together. Milled corn, sugar, synthetic vitamins sprayed on after processing, BHT from packaging. Tony the Tiger's selling it to children for 72 years. 37% sugar by weight. That's Frosted Flakes. Now you know it completely. Look at the per 100 gram sugar column from today forward, not the per serving number. The per 100 gram number is the honest one. Frosted Flakes at 37 grams per 100 grams tells you everything the front of the box hides. Kellogg's, 1952, 72 years. A tiger, a word, a serving size no one actually pours, and 37% sugar by weight in a bowl marketed as a great start to a child's day. Now you see it clearly. Tony the Tiger is still great at marketing. The product behind him has 37% sugar by weight, synthetic vitamins sprayed on, and a serving size designed to confuse. You now know what he's selling. The magnet experiment with Frosted Flakes is real. Blend cereal with water, hold a magnet near the liquid, watch iron particles gather. The iron is there. Its bioavailability to your child is a different question entirely. Bioavailability of elemental iron from fortified cereals? Studies show it absorbs at 2 to 3% efficiency. Iron from meat absorbs at 15 to 35%. The fortification looks impressive on the label. The absorption reality is modest. Vitamin C in Frosted Flakes degrades when exposed to heat and light during storage. By the time a box has sat in a pantry for 2 months, a portion of the added vitamin C has already degraded. Fortification is impermanent. The milled corn base of Frosted Flakes has a glycemic index of 83 before the sugar coating. The sugar coating pushes the final product's glycemic response higher. The combination is designed for palatability, not metabolic balance. Breakfast determines the blood sugar pattern for the first half of the school day. A high glycemic breakfast creates a spike crash cycle by 10 a.m. Studies link high glycemic breakfasts to lower academic performance scores in children. The FDA's RACC system for cereal serving sizes was set in 1993. It was based on survey data from the 1970s and 1980s. Bowl sizes have grown since then. Serving sizes have not been updated to match. The gap is real. Kellogg's response to sugar reduction pressure? They reduced sugar in some cereals quietly and reformulated others. They never ran campaigns announcing sugar reduction because reduced sugar implies it was too high to begin with. Frosties in the UK, same product, similar sugar content, but subject to UK advertising restrictions that limit cartoon character marketing during children's television programming. Tony the Tiger appears less often in UK children's media. The UK's restrictions on junk food advertising to children are among the strictest in the world. Frosted Flakes still sells, but with less character marketing. Sales growth in the UK is slower than in markets without restrictions. Front-of-pack nutrition labels are mandatory in some countries. Australia uses a health star rating system. Frosted Flakes scores 2 out of 5 stars. The star rating is on the front of the Australian package. Consumers see it immediately. Chile's black octagon warning labels reduce sugary cereal sales by 24% in year 1. Mexico saw similar results. The evidence that warning labels change behavior is strong and consistent. Industry opposition is equally strong.
Every parent who learns the per 100-gram sugar metric becomes a more effective label reader for every product in every category. This single number is the most useful tool in the cereal aisle.
Oatmeal has a glycemic index of 55 versus 55 for Frosted Flakes by some measures, but oatmeal has 10 grams of fiber per 100 grams versus 1 gram in Frosted Flakes. Fiber changes everything about how glucose enters the blood. The 5 minutes it takes to make oatmeal is the only barrier between a child's brain and a nutritionally superior breakfast. That 5 minutes is worth discussing. It's a real trade-off, but it's a small one with a large benefit. Greek yogurt with fruit, no cooking, no prep beyond opening containers, 15 grams of protein, live cultures for gut health, natural sugars only, ready in 90 seconds. The fast breakfast alternative exists without Tony the Tiger. Eggs scrambled. 4 minutes, 7 grams of protein per egg, 0 added sugar, healthy fats, choline for brain development. The most nutritionally complete breakfast option costs less per serving than Frosted Flakes. Share this with every parent in your circle. The information about per 100-gram sugar content, real bowl size versus labeled serving size, and the iron magnet experiment are the 3 most shareable facts from this video. The 3 things to remember: 37 grams sugar per 100 grams. Real bowl is 2.5 servings. The iron on your magnet has poor bioavailability. 3 numbers and 1 magnet trick that change how you see the cereal aisle permanently. Enable notifications. Last in this series, protein bars, Quest bar, Kind bar. The wrapper says healthy. The ingredient list says something more complicated. We'll finish the series with the product that promises the most and requires the most scrutiny. Frosted Flakes, 1952, Tony the Tiger, 72 years of children's marketing. 37% sugar by weight, a serving size no one actually pours, synthetic vitamins sprayed on processed corn. Now you know everything behind the great. The cereal aisle is full of choices. Cheerios at 1 gram sugar per serving, shredded wheat at 0 grams, Weetabix at 2 grams. They're right next to Frosted Flakes. The information to choose them was always available. Now you have it. Per 100 grams sugar. Remember that column, not per serving, per 100 grams. Under 10 grams is low sugar. 10 to 20 grams is moderate. Above 20 grams is high. Frosted Flakes at 37 grams is high by any international standard. Use that metric on every box. Milled corn, sugar at 37% by weight, synthetic vitamins sprayed on, BHT from packaging migrating in. Tony the Tiger for 72 years. 1 tiger, 1 word. And a generation of children who grew up on this. Now you see the full picture. Thank you for completing this series. Every label we read together was a label that was always public. The information was always there. We just read it out loud. That's all this ever was. See you in the next series. You are now a better label reader than you were 10 minutes ago. That skill compounds. Every product you examine from today forward gets filtered through what you learned here. That is the real value of this video. Use it. Protein bars, next. The most misunderstood health food in the supermarket. Quest bar has 22 grams protein and also has ingredients that cause digestive distress in 30% of users. We'll read that label tomorrow. The cereal series ends here. The label reading habit doesn't. Take the per 100 gram skill into every aisle. It works on everything. It's the single most useful number on any nutrition label anywhere in the world.